Welcome back to week 4 of the Fantasy Help Desk brought to you by Current Technologies. My name is Ramon Bassett along with my partner Brennan Lambrecht.
Howdy, folks.
And we are back here for another exciting week of fantasy football. And what a week that we had.
Yep,
So
that's absolutely
let's get at
correct,
it.
Ramon. Yep, we're back here after another incredible week of NFL action. Week 4 contained a lot of different stuff, couple upsets, and finally some tight ends not named Travis Kelce got some love.
Right.
So, fantasy football, if you don't have one of those top 4 tight ends, which is Kelce, Kittle, Waller, or Mark Andrews, you're kind of just taking guesses in the dark every week as to who your tight end's going to be, who's going to go off.
Right. Well, I'm glad I have Kittle.
Yeah, that makes that position a lot easier. So with this being said, our topic for week 4 is going to be all about the most have or have not position in the league, and that is tight end.
And Brennan, tight ends, the reason why it's a have or have not is because they're such a unique unicorn type of a football player. They're big enough to be able to block along with the line, and also skilled and nimble enough to be able to run those passer routes.
Yep.
And so that's something that it provides more of a versatile player in that.
Yeah.
Now, Brennan, when I hear versatility, I think of our cameras at Current Technologies, because it's more than just recording video. It's more than just letting it run on motion or 24 hours. It is something that you can be able to dial in, and with the analytics that are on the cameras itself, or the license plate recognition, even the infrared
Night
vision. So it can be very versatile. So I would love to be able to have it to where we can talk with you and really make that camera investment that you've already made, make it better and serve your purposes.
Yeah, that's a great point. Security cameras can do so much more than just record video nowadays.
Right.
So let's get this show started now. Let's talk about some tight ends that maybe overperformed. Maybe they're starting to really come into their true potential now. We're going to start off with Dalton Knox on the Bills. He had 15 points last week in week 4, which brings his average to the year up to around 9 points per game. If you've been paying attention, though, he's had more points every week as the season's gone along. That's something you like to see.
Yeah.
So Knox finished last week second on the team in targets and receptions, and he has scored at least 1 touchdown in each of their last 3 weeks. And he found the pay dirt twice in week 4. That's big for fantasy scoring, especially in standard leagues.
Right. That's very strong.
Yep, at this point, he's worthy of at least taking a flyer on to see if this kind of production can maintain. Worst case scenario, you leave him on the bench, he kind of flames out. No harm, no foul.
Right. Well, it'll be a good supplement to one of those big 4 that you mentioned
Absolutely,
earlier.
yeah. Number 2 on this list, I have Dalton Schultz of the Cowboys. He had 11 points in week 4, bringing his total up to right around that of Dalton Knox's, which was 9. Schultz came through huge for fantasy managers in week 4, and that is assuming you started him. Now, if you did start him, I recommend going to buy a lottery ticket because that's pretty lucky. Though through the first 3 weeks, when you look at Dalton Schultz and his counterpart tight end Blake Jarwin, they share almost identical targets, and the same rang true in week 4, except Dak happened to lean on Schultz a little bit more, especially in the red zone, and that resulted in those 2 touchdowns we see. At this point, Schultz is a fine option if you're in a pinch for tight end going into week 4, but not necessarily a must start on my radar.
Right, yeah. And plus, you do have those alternatives there. You never know. You can be able to even go with Jarwin as well.
Right. There are a lot of weapons on that Cowboys team. And then lastly on this list, I have CJ Uzomah from the Bengals. He put up 21 points last Thursday, which brought his average total for the year up to 6.
Ah, nice. Yeah, so 15 minutes of fame.
Yep. He had himself a career night on Thursday against the Jacksonville Jaguars. He caught 2 touchdown passes for 22 and 31 yards. Coming into week 4, Uzomah just had 4 receptions for 39 yards total.
Yeah, right.
So I don't see him maintaining this kind of production week to week. I think it was a shooting star, if you might say. And if you missed the boat on this, I don't think it's going to be coming back around for the rest of this season. I don't view him much as a must-add even. When you look at the rest of the weapons they have there in Cincinnati, and they're getting T. Higgins back for week 5 against the Packers, I don't see this. I don't see Uzomah being a quality starter going forward.
I think Joe Burrow was just wanting to he was so excited coming back that he wanted to just get that ball out.
Absolutely, yeah. So thank you guys for tuning in to week 4 of the Fantasy Help Desk. If you guys enjoyed this, go ahead and let us know by liking and sharing. If you have any topics or questions that you want to see us cover in the coming weeks, go ahead and put those in the comments and we'll get around to answering them.
Yeah, we read those, and we really like seeing those likes and shares. The Fantasy Help Desk this week, again, was brought to you by Current Technologies. Please follow us on all our social media platforms, and please reach out to us to help you with all your physical and surveillance needs and your access control and anything to do with IT, and we'll be happy to help. Until next week, build that team and score some points.